Hello and welcome to Web Math Academy. Today we're going to talk about histograms and how important they are to help us visualize a particular data set. At the left we have a spreadsheet here showing the top 30 airports in the United States and the on-time arrival rankings for the year 2018. We can see that the highest on-time percentage is in Honolulu, Hawaii for 88.45%. Whereas the lowest is in Newark, New Jersey at 66.54%. Now it's difficult looking at this data to make any other determinations or any further analysis. We can of course determine the mean and the median like we did in our previous discussion. Without visualizing it, it's difficult to see exactly what this data means. So we're going to construct a histogram so that we can see just how it looks. To begin with, we make a frequency table. We take the maximum percentage, 88.45, minus the minimum percentage, 66.54, and we get a value of 21.91. Now we take this value and divide it into a number of categories that have equal width. For example, today we're going to say 3. Then we get the following categories. 66.54 minus 66.54 to 69.54%. That's a width of 3. Then the next category would be 69.54 to 72.54, and 72.54 to 75.54, etc., 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 as we continue to add 3. Now we notice that each of these categories has equal width, including the last one, so that it includes numbers above our maximum of 88.45%. Now what we do is we place each of our on-time percentages into each category where it fits. So we start with the minimum, 66.54, and we realize that that fits in our category of 66.54 to 69.54. Then we move up to 72.05. Does that fit into that category? No, but it does fit into the next one. And we go such and so forth as we go up the data list. We see that the vast majority fit in between 78.54% and 81.54%, where we have all these values here. Once we put in all these values, we actually count them to find out what the actual frequency is for each category. For example, for the first category, we only have one item that fits in it. That was the 66.54. And same for the second category, 72.05. So we write in 1 for each of those. Then for the next category, we have 2 frequencies that fit in there, so we add 2, and so forth, all the way down through the rest of the table. And again, we see that the majority comes in the category of 78.54 to 81.54%, and that's where we have 13 values. Now, this is our x-axis and our y-axis, and this is what we're going to use to construct our histogram. I've already constructed the histogram using Excel, and you can see it's right here. And suddenly it pops out at us how many values are between in the 3 central categories from 75.54% to 84.54%. We have 6, 13, and 5 values in each of those categories. We also see that the data takes the shape of a bell, and that means it's a normal distribution, and normal distributions are very important in statistical analysis, and we'll be going back to that many times in the future. These histograms are easy to plot using Excel and your TI-Nspire calculator, and we will show you how to do that in a future lesson.